everybody! Thank you so much for getting a reading from me during stream last night. That means so much to me. We're gonna do your makeup readings for you now. Remember, when it comes to the future, any kind of divination is unreliable. Things can change. I personally think it's the most likely outcome, but you know, use your own intuition. You are psychic too. Everybody is. Your timestamps are in the description below. And I will see you there. See you there. Hi there, Jrealli. It's good to see you. You said, am I currently with my soulmate? She is currently my fiance. Even if it's a no, I love her so much and I wouldn't trade her for the world. Aww. Oh, that's really sweet. Yeah. We can ask the tarot for that. Let's see what we got. Let's see energy. What's the energy? Let's point blank period. What's the energy? Are they... She really a soulmate. Oops. Well, I guess it wanted to come out. I should trust that. Hold on. Okay. Here's the thing. We had... This is a classic case of... Yes, and it's a beautiful relationship, but it definitely has some karma in it. Okay, and the reason I say this is you got the devil card. That was the first card that came out, and every other card also fell out on its own, which I like. I think those are the best. And the devil card does represent karma. It represents Saturn energy, so discipline. It's also about negativity and also toxic cycles. And so if both of you have noticed that you're experiencing, if you're not triggered by each other, then you may have noticed that both of you are experiencing a lot of like pain, almost at a scale that is abnormal. And what I mean is like for example, let's say that both of you just have like 4 tower moments in a same year and it really tests the relationship. That's karma being cleared. And obviously you don't have to believe in karma, but usually all it means is that there are lessons that our souls signed up to learn with each other. And we can do this in soulmate relationships. And I think what is really beautiful about this one is that you both end up with the Lovers card. And the Lovers is soulmate. So we're going from separation to being healed and seeing each other. Maybe the beginning of the relationship was a little bit rough for both of you. We have the Princess of Pentacles. This means that we're planting seeds of success. The Star card is here as well, and this represents having faith, believing in each other. And the Three of Swords is here, which was clarifying that Devil card for me earlier, which is all about it's about heartbreak and sadness and discomfort and all of that. But the good news is at the end of the day, both of you choose each other. And that's what's important, right? That both of you feel like you love each other, you're gonna be there for each other, and no matter what, you choose each other. And so I think both of you are really fine and dandy for each other. I really like it. I do. I think relationships that are healing are beautiful. And we do have your challenge being the Seven of Cups. I will say this, Jrealli, and you know, the Devil card would imply this too. Are there other people that both of you were meant to be together with? Probably. And that's not an awful thing, because your advice card is the Two of Wands, and this represents choosing. And so this isn't a wrong choice. You could have either ended up with them or with, you know, someone else, and you're choosing this, and that's beautiful. And so yeah, the Two of Wands choosing this. Alrighty, I hope that you like that, Jrealli. Thank you very, very much for trusting me with your reading. And thank you for coming. Thank you for being so sweet. I'll see you later. Remember that you are never alone and you are loved. Bye-bye. Hi, Peachy Coffee. You're so sweet. Thank you for helping out the mamas raising some monies for you. You're so sweet. We're going to do your little soulmate reading. I don't know if you're in a relationship or not, but I do remember you getting love readings in the past, and I hope that you're doing well in that department. But let's do a little soulmate reading nonetheless. Let's see the energy of your soulmate when you meet them, and then the advice. advice, excuse me. And then the energy of when we meet them. We have Gambler, Seeker, and King. Excuse me, how we meet them. sorry. I decided to do this right after my stream, so I'm a little like, ah! But I'm here, I swear. So we have Gambler, Seeker, and the King. So one thing I'll say is they're definitely looking for their purpose in life. They're definitely really a bit all over the place, but not in a bad way. I do think that there is a point to them being in this era of just looking around. They seem very secure. They seem like they prepared for this. You know, it really reminds me, Peachy, of my little brother. Right after college, instead of going straight into law school, he took a year off just to go traveling. He went all over the world. He went to Ireland. He went to all over Europe, and he went all over the Americas, and he had a great time. But it was a planned chaos, you know what I mean? He didn't know where he was going, but he was just, you know, he gave himself a year to sort of wander around. And that's what I feel is very similar in this case too, because the King says, you know, I know what I'm doing, I have a certain amount of time, I have some experience under my belt, but I really want to live my life and see what's going down for the time being. So that's what it seems like here. Like they're taking a gap year, you know what I mean? Which I used to be so jealous of people who took a gap. I really wanted to take a gap year when I was 18. And my parents were like, we're not gonna help you at all ever again if you take a gap year. And I was like, okay. And then you would think, like, what did my little brother get? Anyways, sorry, not to get into me. Delete that from the record. Okay, let's see the energy of I feel so embarrassed. My face is red. Let's see the energy of how you meet them. Let me ring my bell to get myself out of the giggles. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, we have a lot of cards come out. Number one, we have the King of Wands, which is very similar to this King card, obviously. Oh, only 4. Nice. Yeah, dude. Oh my god, it's just the same thing. It's just the same thing. The King of Wands. I haven't been liking what I've been doing, and so I'm giving myself a break. So I'm spending some time, planned time, to figure out what it is that I want. Because we have the Tower card. I'm letting go, I'm releasing, what I have been doing hasn't been suiting me, but very, very confident, very confident. We have the Moon card and the 6 of Pentacles. I think you meet them on this journey. It doesn't seem like you meet them at work. Definitely not meeting them online. You know, this is somebody who's living their life. They're not on the internet. And the Moon card is here, and this is I'm wandering, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that I'll figure it out soon enough. And then I also see them knowing like exactly when they need to start being serious again, almost, you know? Anyways, the 6 of Pentacles is here, and this is about kindness, generosity. You may be doing something very similar. Like it doesn't have to be a gap year or anything like that. It could just be both. I don't know why all of a sudden, do you know sorry, I'm like all over the place. What is her name? Tate McRae. This character looks like Tate McRae, dude. I wish my camera could pick it up. It looks just like her. It is picking. Can you see it? I can see it. Anyways. This means kindness, generosity, and reciprocity. It means that I see myself in you. And it means that, like, I'm going to give my time to you. I'm going to be very kind to you. And so definitely an energy of both of you in agreement with each other. It's also, I want to spend time with you and you want to spend time with me. And let's see what happens. So that's what I got, Peachy Coffee. I hope that you like that. Thank you very, very, very much. Good luck with that. Sorry about me rambling so much. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you are never alone and you are loved. See you later. Hi there, Ocean. Thank you for coming to my stream and getting a reading. I hope that you enjoy it. You said Hi, may I get a reading? Hoping for my real life Haku, spirited away. Kidding. Aww. That's so cute. Yeah, let's see. I like that. I like Haku too. Okay. We're gonna pull at the top who they are when you meet them, and at the bottom is the energy around meeting them. So sometimes it's kind of like prerequisite energy. Sometimes it's like, oh, this is where you are, or this is what you're doing, or this is how you feel, or this is what just happened. You know, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Oh, I like this. Okay, we love a person who can make the best out of any situation. You know, wait, I just got something so specific. Okay, this is very specific. Obviously, you don't have to believe me. It could be a grain of salt. You can think it's funny. You can go, ah, you're crazy. Anyways, I see somebody who is a waiter at a very fancy restaurant, and you, at first thought, you might think, oh my goodness, they're poor. But it's so fancy that they're being tipped like so much, like a lot. Because I saw a servant. Obviously, servant can be many things, but I went to this restaurant once in my life, and it was with my family. We went to this very fancy place, and my dad told me, he was like, yes, on average per table they get tipped $200. And I was like, what? And they're like, yes, these guys are making like $200 an hour. And I was like, what? Anyways, I saw that, and so I was like, oh, okay, thank you, Spirit. So that's what I was seeing. I don't know if that helps. I hope that it helps. I think that they're like at a really nice place, and they do really well for themselves. I will say, Shapeshifter is here as well. I think that they know that this isn't sustainable. It's not long term. It isn't gonna last forever. Because obviously we get older, and a lot of times when we're a waiter, we can't get benefits, right? Like, what if he gets sick, or what if he wants to retire? You know, all of this stuff. So I do see him or her, you know, whatever it is you're attracted to. I assumed him because you said Haku. I do think that they are in the midst, when you meet them, of transitioning. Let's see how you meet them. Oh, this card wanted to come out. The Knight of Cups. I'm in love. The Knight of Cups is very romantic. Very, very, very romantic. Dude, they're approaching you. We have the Knight of Cups, and this is about giving love and being very forward, very romantic, very much Romeo energy, right? Like, hey there, baby. I saw you at my table, and I couldn't let you leave. You know? That's the kind of energy. We also have the Queen of Swords. I don't think you'll be expecting it. I don't think that you'll really be looking at them much. But the moment that they kind of come on to you, you're like, oh, okay. Hi, I think you might be eating there. I know, this is so specific, but I'm so sorry. This is so specific. Now you're just gonna eat at restaurants all the time. But I do think it is kind of related to work, but I'm just seeing a restaurant. I don't know if it's the one that they work at, because the Seven of Cups is here, and this can mean like confusion. And this is why I was like, oh, you know, you weren't looking at it, you weren't paying attention. That wasn't what you thought. But then they do it. I do. I feel like they come on to you at like a restaurant. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there, Ocean. I hope that helped you. Thank you so much. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone and you are loved. Bye bye. Hi, Manari. We're gonna do a little soulmate reading for you before. I don't know if I've done it with you in the past. I can't quite remember, but you know what? Why don't we ask what else you need to know about your soulmate? Let's see what we got. Let's pull for the I want to see what energy you'll be in when you meet them. Like, what part of your life will you be in? Okay, that feels really good. I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay. Interesting. I actually have a couple of these cards in here. I wonder if that was meant to be. We have the Cosmic Heart and Answer the Call. What is your soul calling you to do? We also have Devotion, Potency, Make Your Life a Moving Prayer. Oh, I just got this download of you may be experiencing, because I know you're a very intuitive person, you're also a practicing psychic, and you may notice that you're having lots and lots and lots of deja vus all of a sudden. And your intuition just becomes sort of part of your life. It isn't something that you have to wear crystals or you have to wear beads and evil eye bracelets. It's not something that's for show. It's just something that lives inside of you. You know, you no longer need the tools. It's just you. And I like that. I feel like you'll be in a part of your life where you feel very connected to your heart, very connected to your spirit. And I'm also like seeing you, I don't know why, but I'm seeing you outside sitting at like a bench in a park and just writing, or like you're just writing things down. I don't know if you've gotten into writing recently or if you like write on your phone or your you know, and some sort of app or on your computer, but there's something that you're writing and it feels very important, like you're writing a story. It's really nice. It's really, really nice, actually. We have the Knight card coming in. We also have Child in Nature as well as Mother. Yeah. So the Knight card is, obviously, it's very similar to the Knight of Cups. It says loyalty, romance, chivalry, and a love for honor. There's a Child in Nature. You know how I mentioned I saw you outside in nature, dude? Yes. So the Knight of Cups is known to be very poetic and very romantic. I think that there's a story that you're writing at this time in your life. Just know that you're very, very close to an important connection in this moment, and I'm not trying to tell you that you should like speed up your life and start writing your your magnum opus or anything like that, but I do think that you'll be very whole. I also kind of see you connecting to Mother Gaia. I don't know if that's something that you've been interested in, but just know later, I think that you'll be connected to the earth and the trees and the birds and all that is, and you'll really be adamant about being outside. It's so funny that we would get everything here that I was describing. Okay, Justice card. This is literally, so this is Libra energy. Libras love to write things down in a book. They have like, they need to have things in front of them. Think about it as like legal papers, or think about it as seeing the facts. I do think that you're telling a very factual story. I just got the biggest download. Oh my goodness. I think, Manari, I think that you're going to, I really believe this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this and you know, sit with me because you don't have to believe me. And you don't have to go in this direction either. But Spirit is telling me that you are going to write a story about what happened to you. You know, getting hit by a tornado, and how that has shifted your life, and how that's changed you through this journey, and how it's like you're going through the hero's journey, and the big baddie, or like the dragon that you had to fight, was your own body, and being disabled and stuff like that, and slowly climbing out of this, and doing so through sheer tenacity and work. But anyways, there's also another message here where you're sort of on the fence of whether it should be published or if it should just be something that you do for your healing work. And I don't, I can't choose that for you. I do think that the timeline is a little bit like, it could go this way, it could go that way, but I see that. Okay, alrighty. Yeah, I feel like you'll meet someone very important around this era of your life. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you very, very much, Manari. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Hey there, chill villain. Thank you so much for getting a reading from me last night. I really appreciate it. I don't know why I almost said appreciate it. Is that a word? I don't know. I read your name. It says chill and villain 90, and for some reason, because I saw like the masks you're wearing, my brain says, "Oh, that's chin villain." I read it as chin villain, and in that moment, you were chinfinite. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I hope that you're doing well. Thank you very much for trusting me with your reading. I do hope that it was worth the wait and that it is a positive experience. And I hope it's a fun time. Okay, we're gonna do your soulmate reading for you. Let's see what we got. Who is the person when you meet them? Oops, like, I just realized it was upside down, or was it? Maybe, yeah, it was. Okay. And who are they when you meet them? And then we'll pull the energy around meeting them. I've been getting this one a lot. I feel like this is very common to... Oh my gosh, you're in love! Oh my goodness! I've never pulled this one. I love that. So I'm gonna assume you're attracted to women, but if you're not, you know, make it fit how it works for you. But this is somebody who is very accomplished in their career, okay? I don't know why, but I just got the energy of I think that they used to be a nurse. I know that's so specific, but I don't think that they're doing nurse work anymore. For some reason, I was seeing scrubs. Yeah, I was seeing scrubs. I was. Anyways, very accomplished in their career. This might be a little bit later in life, so I am kind of getting around. They might be around the age of like 28, 29. I know this. I'm so sorry. I know this is so specific. I don't know how old you are. I'm going to assume that you were born in the 90s, so you were born in 90 probably. So wait, that's easy math. You're 36. You're 36. It feels like they're in their late 20s, on the cusp of 30. We also have Avenger, and it says desire to balance the scale of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. You may find them to be extraordinarily passionate about taking up for others. I also feel that when you hear them talk passionately, you can tell that they really care about others, and to the extent that they'd be willing to bend over backwards to make sure that people are okay. Now, the goddess energy, it says the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. We love that. Beautiful, gorgeous, sensual, attractive, you know. Anytime there's another energy that says God, and I've gotten that in another person's reading before in the past, and I was like, you think the sun shines out of this person's ass. In my opinion, this person is the sun to you. Immediately, you're like, oh, wow, what the fuck? It's just kind of, I know this is so strong to say. I'm sorry, I'm like throwing out so many specific things. You don't have to believe me, by the way. You can tell by meeting this person that God is real. I know it's so specific to say, but like there's something about this person that's like all of a sudden I believe. Okay, all right, let's see what we got. I like that. That's very fun. I see. What did I say? I see things from a new perspective. The Ace of Swords. Yes, they are very passionate. They're going to talk to you about something that you care about a lot and that they care about a lot, and this drives the relationship further. They're very smart. They're very knowledgeable. And the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is here. I wonder why. You know, the Four of Pentacles means that I'm feeling greedy. I'm feeling selfish. It can also mean I'm trying to save money. I'm trying to keep it cool. I'm trying to be very grounded. I wonder if this person's energy is so intense that we are afraid of coming off too strong, and so we try to play it safe, because the Four of Pentacles is all about I'm trying to keep it grounded. I don't want to come off as too much. You know, I need to hold back a little bit, is another way of interpreting it. So let's read a little bit more. 2 wands. Need to choose something. The night. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Spirit. All right. I knew it. I knew it. I see you trying to play it cool and play it safe because you don't want to scare this person away. I also think that as soon as they start coming on to you, it's game over, baby. I think that you're playing it so safe that you're waiting for them to make the first move, and then when they do, like, all right, things change instantaneously. I will say that the change is so drastic that you may notice that your life is completely different within a couple months. Honestly, Spirit is saying to me 1 month. 1 month of after meeting this person, boom, everything's different. And it's very intense. It's it's kind of cinematic. Anyways, that's what I have, Chill Villain. Thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed that. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you are never alone and you are loved. I hope that you like that. See you later. Hi there, Steph. Thank you so much for getting a little reading from me. I appreciate your patience. I hope that it's worth the wait. And thank you for supporting me, especially when you didn't have to. You said, let's see what you wrote. You wrote, hi Ron, you're so kind for what you're doing. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Will you be able to see if my soulmate is more masculine or feminine energy or sun sign? I'm trying to hold on to hope. Oh, yeah. Let's see what the energy is around it. Let's see what we got. I hope that you're doing okay. Is it because you are in a relationship, or is it somebody that you dated in the past? Just know that if a relationship has run its course, it doesn't mean that they weren't your soulmate. It just means that we weren't meant to be together forever, but you were together for a time and you had something really beautiful together, and there's something to be thankful for that. I have noticed that oftentimes soulmates can be friends afterwards, and that's pretty rare. Obviously, when you get into a committed relationship, there has to be a lot of trust there for that relationship to stay, how do I say, frequent? You know what I mean? We don't want to trigger our current partner or anything like that, but, you know, it's possible. It's possible. Okay, let's see. What is the energy of Steph's soulmate? Okay. Interesting. Well, it says highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. We also have maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. This is student, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. I'm gonna put a little bit more. We're gonna see what the tarot has to say. I will say the bully part is really interesting. Here's the energy we're working with. This is somebody who has a very unique way of communicating. It's possible that they struggle to put things into words, and so it comes off a little bit harsh, and so they need to put it in some sort of text, or they really need an energy of quiet and understanding and peace before they feel safe to really tell you how they feel. And I think that they're learning how to communicate better. And it's possible that when they grew up, they weren't... This does feel like, I feel like this might be someone you know already. I feel like this is probably someone you have on your mind. The student card here tells me that they're trying to figure out how to be a better person in their relationships, because they feel very guilty about the way that they react. I wouldn't be surprised if they say I'm sorry a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if they're a bit of a avoidant as well, because student is like, I need to learn to be better. I want to be more pure of heart. Like, I'm trying so hard to be a good person and a good partner, but it's coming off mean, even though I don't want it to. I think they're probably just easily triggered. Okay, let's see what we got, because I didn't feel safe growing up. The sun. 7 of Wands. and the Hanged One. The Sun means happiness, joy, and success. So this tells me that you already know this person. The Seven of Wands says you may not be in communication right now, but it could also mean that they have a wall up, whatever the case may be. And the Hanged One means seeing it from a new perspective. Now, I want to reiterate this, Steph. We can have multiple soulmates. Just because it doesn't work, Spirit will always throw you somebody that you could have a beautiful relationship with, but both of you have to heal, and you have to put in the hard work. And if one person doesn't heal, then you have to move on, and you have to just trust that there is another soulmate out there that can match you. And I feel that this is what is happening here, because I do think you know who I'm talking about. I feel like you see it from this perspective already too, and you get why it had to happen, but that doesn't mean that it was kind of easy to accept if we needed to take a step back, because the Seven of Wands means setting up healthy boundaries. Okay, very interesting. I wonder if you guys exchanged some harsh words in the past. Okay, let's see what, yeah, are there multiple? The most I think that Spirit will put in our life is 3. But that's not to say I haven't heard of 4. Like, when I sit with the energy, I think it can exist, but it's not very common. And on average, I think people work with around 2. But there are people who are like, oh, I've run into this relationship, and they're my person, and we're meant to be, and we've known each other since middle school. You know, that exists, that happens. So I don't want to say that's not possible, but you know, have a little bit of hope that there's more out there. Yep, yeah, dude. There's somebody better. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's one more. There's one more. You haven't met them yet, and that's okay. You'll meet them in the future. The Emperor is, well, I'm healed. I'm ready. And this is very masculine, by the way. This is very masculine. The Ten of Cups says that they're going to be ready for family, and they're going to recognize you as a soul, and both of you decided to be on Earth at the same time with each other. And I'm gonna be honest, it's an inevitability. Now, I don't, this is my opinion, obviously, as a psychic, but I feel in my heart, I don't believe in coincidences. The Emperor card is divine masculinity. The Ten of Cups means soul family, and the Ace of Cups means planting a new seed. So this is something new. We haven't encountered it yet. The challenge is a star. It's in the future. I'm sorry, nobody likes to see that. And your advice card is the Justice card. And this be very honest and fair with yourself. And Justice also says that we have a contract that we need to fulfill. So once again, dude, this is something that we planned. This card also can mean that we're signing legal stuff. So it's like marriage. What else can I pull? The Moon. I can't tell you when it is, and that's gonna bother you. I can't tell you when, and that might really bother you, and it's okay. All right. I'm gonna leave it there, Steph. I hope that you like that. The reason I can't tell you when is I don't think you're supposed to know, if I'm honest, but good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone, and you are loved. See you later. Hi, Coopki! Thank you for getting a little reading from me. I hope that is worth the wait. I really appreciate it. You said, can I get a spiritual reading, Ron? I loved the last reading. Sure! Let's see what Spirit wants you to know right now. Ooh, I peeked my cute little dress. Okay. Anyways, let's see what Spirit wants you to know. What does Spirit want Coopki to know? Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Oh, these came out together. These wanted to come out together too. All right, we have Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. We also have share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution and expression. Just know that there is a moment coming into your life where you cannot deny that you have something different to share with the world, whether it's a different perspective, or you have spiritual gifts that you want to share, or perhaps you want to talk more about ethereal stuff and you want to explore like extrasensory stuff from a scientific perspective. Whatever the case may be, I do think that you have something very important, but more importantly, authentic to share. And Akasha always says that there is something that is planned coming in. As in, your guides are pushing you in that direction, your higher self is telling you. And by the way, you don't have to believe anything I say. Like, you can be like, oh, whatever, lady. And obviously this is my own spiritual belief system. I believe that we die, we're like, what's our next life gonna be like? We have this plan that we want to do. We have guides that are helping us, and we're like, all right, guides, at this point in my timeline, I really, really, really want to experience this, so make sure that you're helping me. And guides are like, got it, we can do this. And then we give it our best shot. And then we're sort of in this game, we're playing this story as this character. Obviously the character is our ego, and it's still us. It's still us, your soul is here, or a portion of your soul. And so, what I really feel like telling you to look into? I always think that there's a reason when I explain myself too much. Look into near-death experiencers. I don't know if you've had a near-death experience or if you know somebody, but you might be very, very fascinated about that. We also have my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Try not to force things too much. For example, let's say, oh my goodness, I can tell that I have something special about me. I can tell that I have an energy that is unique, and I want to heal people. I want to connect to my psychic gifts, or like I said, I want to do more of these spiritual stuff. But you're forcing it a little bit too much, perhaps. I'm feeling this way here. Sometimes the best way to learn is to just flow with it. And any opportunity you have to learn, make sure it's a joyous experience, not one that's just full of anxiety or stress or judgment or fear, like fear of being wrong, or fear of being persecuted, or fear of being not believed. All of these things, when you are running into these fears, Spirit wants you to release it, because this is something that I've had to learn. And I'm somebody who's been doing these readings for a long, long, long time. You have to be okay with being wrong, and you have to say to yourself, okay, number one, if I'm wrong and someone paid for it, obviously I'm going to refund them. Number two, if I'm wrong and they didn't pay for it, then I go, okay, what can I do to be better? What did I get wrong? Use it as a learning experience. And always tell people that sometimes I'm wrong, and that's okay. I'm not here to convince you that I'm the all-knowing, all-seeing one. I too am learning. And so as long as you have that energy of it's okay to fail, you'll have so much of a better time exploring this part of you. We also have a leap as well as activated earth. So you go first, the universe will catch you, and power places ley lines, trust where you're being led. I do feel that you may be really drawn to a certain sort of place soon. I don't think it's outside of your community. I think that there's, what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is there's like, this is so specific. There's like a haunted place, and there's a lot of energy there, and there's an experience I feel that you'll have that you can't deny. And I think that you'll meet people that have had a similar experience. I know it's so specific. And as I said that, I started seeing things in my room, not in a bad way. Like, obviously it's usually just my guides and stuff like that. Sometimes it's little wandering spirits, and they're fine, they can't hurt me. But anyways, okay. Alright, what's the final message for Coopki? Ooh, the Ten of Cups. The Princess of Cups as well as the Six of Wands. Yes, dude. There's something that's really interesting you right now on a spiritual level, and your team is pushing you in that direction. Oh, look into this more. Oh, go research that. Oh, read this book. Oh, pick up this deck. You know, buy that pendulum. Obviously, you don't spend all your money, but it's very shiny. It's very, very shiny, and we want to learn a lot. It's interesting to us, and we feel like there's something deeper there. Explore it. Be careful of psychosis and stuff like that. I always try to remind people, you know, it's a little bit of a rite of passage that we get into spiritual stuff, and then we're like, all of a sudden, like, I'm having these crazy visions. If you're trying to predict like a war or the end of the world, maybe take a step back from that. That's all I want to say. All right, and no, you're not the Messiah, and also your child isn't either. That's my only warning to people who are getting into spiritual stuff. Like, be careful about kind of going a little bit too far off the deep end. Be humble with it. It's a balance. All right, Coopki, I hope that you like that. Thank you very, very, very much, and thank you for supporting me. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Hi, RuneHanson. Thank you very, very much for getting a little reading from me. I hope that is worth the wait. Thank you for trusting me. You said, can I get a soulmate reading, please, and thank you. I've started getting back out there after a bad breakup, and I want a sneak peek at what's waiting. Yeah! Let's see who your soulmate is when you meet them and the energy around meeting them. Let's see what we got. I want to ring my bell, too. You don't have to believe me. You think I'm crazy? It's fine. It's an experience. Walk with me, hold my hand. Thank you so much to my guides and RuneHanson's guides for aiding me in this reading, in this divination. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Oh, two things about children here. I don't know if you'll like this answer. I want to say this. I want to say this. Nobody likes this, by the way. Nobody likes... Okay, man, it's really hard to deny. In fact, me not saying it is like spiritually making me feel a little bit bad and also a little sick. And they're just like, just get it out. I'm like, okay, fine. You can be like, all right, Ron, I don't like this. Goodbye. But maybe you can put it in your back pocket. I understand if you aren't into this, but I do think you will meet somebody that has children. And I think that they will be a beautiful person, a wonderful mother. I think that they, or father, you know, whatever it is you're interested in. I don't like to assume mother, father, but they do really right by their kids and by their family. And they really, really are not looking for somebody to, you know, I don't think that they're ready for that next step. The next step of like, oh, you know, who's gonna be my second parent? Who's gonna be my co-parent? That's kind of not their biggest concern. I feel like they are just enjoying life. And when you talk to them, you may notice that they have this inner spark about them that hasn't been ignited in a long time. And I do think it's because A, they're single, 2, they have children, and this feels a little bit later in life. You know, I don't know how old you are. You know, I don't know if you are only in your early 20s or anything like this, but this feels much later. I know some people don't like to hear that their soulmate or a person that they're interested in, or, you know, a future... The soulmate card is at the bottom. Anyways, has children with somebody else. Nobody likes to hear that. But I think everybody deserves to be loved, and maybe there's some... I've never seen anything like this before, if I'm honest, RuneHanson. Most of the time, Yeah, and I feel like you might not like this. And if you don't like it, like if you hate it, and you're like, how could you? You're a charlatan, you're a scammer, refund me. I'll refund you, okay? Just let me know. But it's painful for me not to say that. I think that you'll meet this person. You'll think they're so beautiful, and you'll want to be there for them. And you'll want to be there for their children. They might not have more than one, but they definitely are. They're definitely a parent. They're definitely a parent. Okay. Ooh, the High Priestess, the Ten of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. That being a parent, yeah. Once again, remember how I said they have this inner spark that you can just sort of tell isn't ignited at the moment because they're kind of going through it. I don't think that they are like recently divorced or anything. I don't think that they are even really looking for love, and that might be why there's a bit of a pause. But the more that you get to know this person, the more there's an undeniable connection there. Whether or not you pursue this romantically or not is up to you. And I know that's a little bit scary, but we do have multiple soulmates. We have the Six of Pentacles. I want to help you. I want to be there for you. There's this energy of I want to help this person so bad because they're so lovely and they deserve so much more. So I want to help keep you safe. I want to make sure that you're feeling secure. I want to make sure that you're taken care of. And then we also have the Princess of Cups. Once again, this can be a child card, but the Princess of Cups means a new relationship, in my opinion, blossoms out of this kind of warmth and this kindness and this spending time together. I think that they're very honest about what they've experienced, but I also think that they're a really wonderful person outside of being a parent. That's hard to deny. Okay, all right, sorry. I'm gonna leave it there. I hope that you like that, RuneHanson, and good luck out there dating. Just know you don't have to accept it, you know? Like I said, it does feel a bit later in life. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you are never alone and you are loved. See ya. Bye-bye. Hey there, Sigma. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for supporting me and getting a little reading from me. Let's switch your rope. Oh, you didn't write anything. That's okay. I know we were doing a soulmate stream, so we're gonna go ahead and do a little soulmate reading for you. And let's. Oh my God! I'm gonna ring my little bell if that's okay. It's good to see you again. It was really nice of you to support me, especially when you never ever have to. You've always been so kind, and I hope that you're doing well. Okay, thank you to my guides and Sigma Beast. I always say Saiyan. I know it's sane. Sane. Oh my goodness, guys, for aiding us in this divination. Let's see who your soulmate is when you meet them, and let's pull around the energy of meeting them. The last reading I did, I pulled that their soulmate had children, and that was a little bit hard for me to deliver because I know that can rub people the wrong way. But I don't know, maybe they always wanted to have, maybe they wanted to be the dad that stepped in. Who knows? Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, goddess. Beautiful. Definitely feminine. Definitely a woman. Artist. Wow. So they're very talented. They're very talented at what they do. I feel like they've gone to school before. I feel like they've won awards or they've been in galleries. Like, I'm actually genuinely seeing somebody who is it painting? I don't know. Oh my gosh, I knew it. I was getting the energy of film. Like they're an actress. And then we get femme fatale. First of all three of these are feminine energies, and so very gorgeous. I don't want to say like, oh, they're a social media influencer or anything like that. And they might be, but I genuinely see them being very good at what they do, and they're praised for it. They're known for it. And I do think that they have won awards and are known in their community for their artistry for their craft. Interesting. Okay, let's feel for the energy around meeting them. I don't know if you'll like this, Sigma, but they kind of remind me of like a beauty guru. Like they might be really into beauty because there's so much here about I'm gorgeous, I'm an artist, and I'm attractive, right? It's interesting. Whew. Should I... Interesting. Okay. I will say this. You may feel a bit intimidated around them because they're very beautiful, but they're actually so down to earth. They are nothing how they are like how they're perceived online. Maybe online they're quiet and I'm kind of like getting the tippy tappies too. I don't know why. Maybe online or in their work they have this sort of persona that they don, but when you meet them, they're very bubbly, they're very warm, they're very secure, they're obviously very confident. I don't even think that you'll know who they are when you meet them, because I don't think that they're necessarily super duper famous or anything like that. I just think that they are beautiful and they're accomplished in their own way. You know, it's not like you're gonna fall in love with Billie Eilish, right? And maybe you do, but it doesn't feel like that in my opinion. You know, it does seem like somebody who's very down to earth and is very humble about what they've done. And I think that they may even approach you first, because the Eight of Wands is here, and this is about hello, who are you, what's your name, and the Nine of Pentacles is here, and this is about texting somebody. So it might it's like we're meeting them somewhere they frequent, and they eventually kind of, yeah, they're like, hi, I see you around here all the time, what's your name? Or maybe we're standing in line next to them waiting for something and we strike up a conversation, but things really delve into a more connected relationship very quickly after. Because the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, I always see it as somebody texting. And the Eight of Wands is like, I'm focused on you as well. And so, I like it. But yeah, we got the Six of Wands and... oh my goodness. Yeah, dude, we become a couple. Be careful though, Sigma, because I do think that their online presence might make you afraid. And the reason why, you know, this is very common. We think that they are just posting for attention of like the opposite gender. That might come into your mind, but I do think that you will start dating them pretty quickly, like within the month. And I feel that what they do for their job, it's not like they're... And by the way, I want to say this. I really think that they're like a beauty person. That's what it feels like to me. It doesn't have to be that. But you might be a little bit uncomfortable with them posting pictures of themselves online. And, you know, that's something that I think that we have to learn how to grow out of and talk through. Yeah, they make really good money, what they do. They're very independent, too. And I see your relationship starting to grow and blossom in a beautiful way. I like it. I also think that you'll support them. Like you'll learn how to, like you'll see how happy it makes them and how talented they are and how much they love it. And you'll be like, you know what? I support you. You know, this makes you happy. It seems like you know how to handle it and I trust you. So trust will be built. Okay, thank you very much, Sigma. I hope that you like that. Thank you very, very much. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring. And remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Bye-bye. Why, hello there, Bear. Thank you for getting a little reading from me. And thank you so much for supporting me. It's so nice of you to double donate. It was so nice. I did send off half of the money that I made to the woman, and she's very thankful. I didn't ask if she wanted me to say her name or anything, but I'm sure she'll show up again on stream, and so thank you so much. You're very, very sweet. Let's do a little soulmate reading for you. Remember, when it comes to the future, I believe I said this in the beginning too, but things are up to change. I do think it's the most likely outcome, especially when it comes to soulmate readings. These things are often very planned in our souls. So, okay, Let's see what we got. We're gonna pull through who they are when you meet them. I don't know if you're in a relationship or not, so hopefully if you are, you know, married or with somebody, we're describing them. But if you're not, then hey, maybe we have something to look forward to. And it doesn't always have to be romantic. Okay. Alrighty, let's see what we have. Thank you so much to my guides and bears guides for aiding us in this divination. And thank you to my tarot decks. This is who they are when we meet them. We have, wow, okay. Interesting. I wonder, okay, this is the kind of person they are, and that's all right. I think that they're still finding themselves. I feel like they're insanely beautiful, but they have this. Okay, I feel bad kind of calling them out. I feel bad calling them out a little bit, but I think they're talented. I think that they have a lot of experience. Not to say that they've been in tons and tons of relationships, but I think the number that's coming to mind is three to four relationships. And they have learned a lot about themselves throughout these, I don't want to say failures, because they don't see them as failures. I feel that they see them as learning experiences, because they're coming off as mature and very patient, but also very beautiful. You know, every time I get femme fatale, and it's, you know, male or female, I don't like to assume what people are attracted to. It usually means to me that they are aesthetically pleasing. Now, I know some people are like, you're just saying that because it's a soulmate reading and I paid you. But you know, there's not a better way. There's no other way to really interpret femme fatale. This is somebody who's attractive and knows that and puts in a lot of effort into their appearance. And supporting that is also shapeshifter. I feel like there's something more around this. Like, I wonder if they're a voice actress or like a voice actor, because or some sort of actor, because I'm getting somebody who's really, really good with their voice. Anyways, let's see what we got. What's the energy around meeting them? Let's see what we have. Princess of Cups and Queen of Swords, and we meet them on a date. But like, when I say meet them on a date, I mean when we're looking for love, and so are they. The Princess of Cups is, I have a crush. I see someone very shiny, and I'm looking for something new and something passionate and something interesting. And the Queen of Swords is here, as well as the King of Cups. The Queen of Swords usually means that we're at a place in our life where we feel independent and we feel ready for love. You know, we're not looking for something just silly, goofy. We're looking for somebody who matches us on an intelligence level. And you might be surprised, because maybe that's why we have shapeshifter too. It's so interesting. These are both like, they're probably like very heavy in Gemini placements, but Gemini is very adaptable. Very, very beautiful voice, by the way. The Queen of Swords is somebody who will tell you the truth, and they need somebody that will match their mind. And you may think from just glancing at them, or because they're sort of, maybe they're between jobs at the moment. And that's why we have this. I'm kind of getting them juggling a lot. It's like, yeah, I do all these things, but some of them make money and some of them don't, and that might bother you. And that kind of goes back to the shapeshifter energy. I wonder if they're a streamer. Anyways, the King of Cups is here. We're very attracted to the emotional side, the emotional intelligence that both of you have. This is why we feel safe around each other. I feel like both of you have explored psychology, maybe both of you have explored spirituality in some sense, but there's just a understanding of who we are and communicating that clearly. But I do think both of you are looking for love. It does feel like a very instantaneous sort of connection. Okay. 5 of Wands, the Chariot card. and the Four Swords, there might be a little bit of conflict because of the nature of their work. And the Chariot card says that, it doesn't matter. We're gonna do it anyways. The Chariot card means I'm jumping on this bandwagon. It's also, I'm following my heart and my intuition. And the Four Swords is here, and I'm putting that to rest. So it's possible that I wonder what this Five of Wands is. I do think that there's some... I keep feeling like they're a streamer or a voice actor. You know, a lot of voice actors do both. Anyways. And if it's not looking for love, it could be looking for friendship if you're already in a relationship. But that's what I'm getting. I'm not quite getting anything else. Obviously, the cards could be interpreted in a plethora of ways, but there's sort of a block after. So I'm gonna trust what I saw, and thank you so much, Vera. Thank you so much again. I really do hope that you enjoyed it, and good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Bye bye.